also to avoid a 7th consecutive home defeat, which would put them in the record books, alongside the New Zealand Knights, the ill-fated Knights, who lost 7 in a row at home back in 05-06. Is tonight the night for the Roar, Daniel McBreen?
Well, that's a very good question, Simon. Good evening, everyone. Just wonder if Ruben Zakovic used that as a little bit of motivation for his team. Did he go the other way and just try to put that out and look at positives?
Yeah, trying to make a positive start here, but Keegan Jelicic caught offside.
They had their opportunities last week to bag a few goals, Brisbane, but didn't take them. It's been the start that either of these teams would have wanted to the season. It's glaringly obvious with no wins for Brisbane, but as known as we see their home results, it's not good reading for Brisbane Roar fans.
All those getting 7 games, apart from the one against Macarthur at Suncorp Stadium. That match was played at Ballymore. So looking to avoid an unwanted share of an A-League record tonight, Brisbane. The form guide doesn't really tell you that much. As the Mariners swing it across, it's away by Lucas Harrington, whose brother Diesel is on the bench for the Mariners this evening. Two young Queenslanders making their mark in the competition. A little bit earlier on today, Melbourne City defeating Wellington Phoenix by 2-0, a win which takes them up to 3rd on the ladder. The A-League table starting to sort itself out. The one thing that is obvious, Macca, is there's a bit of a gap between the bottom 3 and the rest.
Yeah, it seems to be opening up as well, and that's one thing that Brisbane will be looking at. The Mariners can get a win tonight. It keeps them in touch with the top 6, and for all the talk that it hasn't been a great start for them, you made the point in the last game, Simon, that they're only a point behind where they were at the same stage. They went on to win everything, so still plenty of time left. I just think the Mariners, they need to have a look at their front third. It's been a struggle for them to find goals.
Yeah, just 8 this season. Only Perth have scored fewer. Another issue for them of late has been the concession of early goals. They've conceded in the first 15 minutes in 3 of their last 4. Very slow start against Melbourne City last time out. They came good in the second half. Something they'll seeking to avoid a repeat of today. So back by Bert Gilroy. This is Harrington. Thea Harris looking to apply some pressure. Back to Macklin Freak, who's to turn 26 in a few days' time. Very much now the Raw #1 goalkeeper. It's an intelligent ball by Florent Berenguer. It's again Keegan Jelicic straight offside. That's twice in the opening couple of minutes.
Oh, that one's disappointing as well, because you could see across the line he was in acres of space. Look at him there. I'll tell you what, I don't think he is, to be honest.
He's nowhere near.
No, he's onside. I'll take that back. Great positioning from the young man. Well, that was a little warning sign, though, for the Mariners, wasn't it? He was in acres of space. All the defenders had squeezed across. Oh, it's going to be an early
red card, yeah. Not much doubt about that one. That was a real coat hanger from Harry van der Sark, who goes into the book for the 4th time this season, putting him on the brink of a suspension.
I don't think he can say much there to the referee, can he?
To be fair, I don't think he did. He knew what was coming. Just got caught the wrong side. Here's Nathan Paul, who got his first A-League goal to salvage a draw for the Mariners last time out in Gosford against City. That's release 2 for McAlmont. Storm Rue on the right, as Will Wilson in advance of him. This is Harrison Steele. Back through Sainsbury. Paul. Well dug out by Theoharis. Oh, and given away rather carelessly by Caltech. Fortunately for him, Tommy Waddingham returned the compliment almost instantaneously.
A little bit sloppy. We saw that once or twice last week from Brian Caltech's. Usually so confident and assured playing out from the back. As we look at the Mariners lineup as well, Frena's a little swifty on the team sheet, saying that Docker will be playing in that forward role. We know he can, but he's playing as a left wing back where he finished last week. And when I say last week, I mean
not the first A-League coach to try and sell us a fast one.
they like to mix it up on the team sheets for us, don't they?
This is Jay O'Shea. Overhit by quite some margin. But 12-game winless sequence for Brisbane, equaling the unwanted mark they set back in season 18-19. And they and the Mariners jostled for the wooden spoon. Eventually it went the way of the Mariners. Still some way short of the all-time A-League record, which held jointly by the New Zealand Knights and Melbourne City at 19. Here come the Mariners. Storm Rue's delivery, and ghosting in was Christian Theoharis. He just misjudged it. Had to try and take it on the half volley. Not the easiest thing to execute, but I reckon he'll be disappointed with that finish.
Well, I think just the way it skids off the pitch, he may have been better to try and go with a diving header. Just get his head over the ball, down into the ground. He's always going to skip up off this Suncorp Stadium surface. A lovely ball in from Storm Rue down that right-hand side.
Freak, the only goalkeeper yet to keep a clean sheet in the A-League this season. Sydney's clean sheet. Their home win over Melbourne victory. Overall, the only club left yet to keep one. Harrison Steele with a nicely angled ball out wide for Storm Rue. Wilson, back through Sainsbury. Rue once again. Caltech. His first touch by Theoharis. McCalmont. And there's room on the right here for Rue. Chance to get the head up, but couldn't find the cross. Jelicic all the way back in the left full-back position to try and get Brisbane moving forward. Shifted wide by Shaw for Van der Sar. It's a great ball by Harry Van der Sar. And Florent Berenguer stretching.
Behind him, wasn't it? The same goes for the pass for McCalmont, who Qual wanted it in front, but again had to turn, come back towards the ball, which stunted the forward progression.
See the centre strips of the field, not exactly in tip-top condition either, which doesn't help get teams' passing game going. It's a foul on Mikael Docker. Van der Sar just has to watch his step. It's another little grab out play. It's only a foul this time.
Yeah, he made the most of it, Docker, there.
Referees make mental notes of all those sorts of little fouls. The Mariners scored from a set piece, delivered by Mikael Docker against Melbourne City. Ryan Kaltak lurking at the back post. It's into a decent area. Oh, it's an own goal. Well, if anything sums up Brisbane Roar's season at the moment, it's that set piece. Walid Shaw is the unfortunate player to put the ball into the back of his own net, and the Mariners lead in the 10th minute.
Well, the last match out, we saw a wonderful ball from Mikael Docker, resulting in a goal. And this one was good on the Harvey Norman replay. It's in a dangerous area, isn't it? And I'm telling you, I think that comes off. Does it come off Will Wilson in the end?
Yeah, I think you might have a point there.
No,
maybe not.
Off the backside of Walid Shaw. Just gets it totally wrong. Ackland freak. Not much you can do about that, but it's about the ball again from Mikael Docker. And you said it, Simon. It just sort of sums it up for Brisbane at the moment.
Might have actually just come off the hand of the Lebanese international.
We're going to get a penalty instead.
Surely not. Although I'm sure Walid Shaw would prefer that outcome.
He'll take that.
They're going through the usual checks to make sure there's nothing untoward. The goal has been confirmed, we understand, by Casey Rybelt in VAR. Now Brisbane have to do it all again from behind. By the way, their last home goal from open play scored by Rafael Strout on the 1st of November in the 3-2 home defeat by Sydney. They've scored since then, but Jay O'Shea in the penalty spot against Melbourne City. Another foul by Van der Sar. Treading a fine line here.
Yeah, I think he is already.
He's got to be really careful, Harry Van der Sar.
And you know the instruction is going to be from Mark Jackson to Christian Theoharis is every time you get that ball, you run at him now. You get him on the back foot.
Calmont, good strength to hold off Berenguer. Reminder, the Mariners have beaten away from home. Only played 3 times. On the roads, win against the Jets in Unite rounds and draws against Adelaide and Macarthur. And this is Theoharis. Well, futsal style.
Well, why not? Defence is backing off. Didn't have too many options really with him. On the edge of the D there. Why not unleash and have a crack?
Well, already, Macca, the numbers are starting to stack up against Brisbane.
Well, they just need to get control of the ball. They've got the quality in midfield. Jay O'Shea, Florent Berenguer. They need to get those guys on the ball in these kind of positions.
Halloran. Van der Sar. That's the throw off Docker. I know, Macca, you're very firmly in the camp of believing that Brisbane have better players than their league position might suggest.
Well, I do, yeah. I think you look at some of the young players they've got, sprinkled with the experience. Some of the likes we just spoke about there in midfield. I think they should be performing way above where they are at the moment.
Little shout for handball there against Storm Road. Adam Kersey not interested. Carried out wide by Kaltak for Docker. Sarg intervening momentarily. Field by Caltack, straight at Shaw. Burke Gilroy. Harrington. Halloran. Ability. Push forwards by Burke Gilroy. Exchanges passes with Jay O'Shea. And a spell of more sustained possession for the home side. Harrington not making much progress as yet. Driven all the way back to Macklin Freak. That's better from Harrington. This time ball into midfield. Shea. Berenguer. Van der Sarg. Halloran. Berenguer. Well, it's Shaw. Out to Jelicic. Chance to run at Stormrow, perhaps. Find the cross. Brought down by Berenguer. Van der Sarg. And eventually away by Christian Theoharis for the Mariners.
That was better play, and here's another look at the goal. You see, comes off the hand of Ollie Shaw. Bit of an air swing, or may have collected it with his studs, which brings it up onto his hand, and Macklin Freak can do nothing about that as he's moving to his left.
Gilroy going cross fields. Good switch too. Van der Sarg uses Halloran as the decoy, and Jay O'Shea arriving at it quite sweetly as well. First real save in anger made by Crouch Cullen.
Well, that's the kind of area that Jay O'Shea likes to get his shot away. Crouch Cullen unorthodox with the way he took that ball in. Rather scooped it. Good enough.
Alive by Hossein Ability. Shaw. Brisbane just starting to find a little bit of rhythm, and Tommy Waddingham after this one. And the goalkeeper smartly off his line.
You're right, Simon. The last 5 minutes or so, Brisbane are starting to take control of the game, moving the ball around well, playing through the midfield. And they're the kind of balls you want to see when you have a striker of Tommy Waddingham's stature in that area.
Brisbane's last home victory against Melbourne Victory by 3-2 back in March of last year now. O'Shea. Berenguer allowed to spin. Pumped away to safety by Brian Caltack. Mariners started to be asked some questions. Jelicic gets the return from O'Shea. Caltack, that's a good release. Docker. McCalmont threaded the needle nicely. Even Jelicic is catching Will Wilson. Looks like a painful one. Pulled this midfielder.
He just comes down on the top of the boot there and catches the lace, I think, as well.
Long waits for a start for Will Wilson. This one came on the 13th of January last year against Melbourne Victory. But he was good off the bench against Melbourne City, second half.
Well, I thought himself and Christian Theoharis really changed the game for the Mariners.
Yeah, the Mariners wanted to go quickly there. And Brisbane are grateful for the fact that Adam Kersey has said that they can't.
Well, I'd like to know why they couldn't.
Maybe the ball wasn't quite in the right position. Foam's been moved aside. Chance on the volley for Theoharis. Caught it cleanly enough. Just rather too much height. Straight into the den.
It's always a difficult one. If the ball drops, he's really trying to dig that out from under his body. It's going to take something special to beat Macklin Freak from there.
Good improvisation that from Storm Root. Managed to retain possession for the Mariners, for whom Ekal Docker is moving forward down the left. Back through Kaltak. Calmont. Storm Root. Wilson. Mariners corner. Ekal Docker looking to turn provider again. Who counts his free kick as an assist, and I'm pretty sure we do for the own goal. It's 5 assists for the season, and it is his corner which Brisbane deal with. And Bert Gilroy looking to set up an attack. Leaves Harrison Steele for dead. Too clever for his own good, just one too many.
Yeah, he felt he had the opportunity on the right foot to whip that ball in.
And again, I guess when you're struggling down at the bottom, it's those little micro moments, Macca, where you second guess yourself a bit. When you're in the groove,
You just do it.
Ball goes in first time,
Yeah,
doesn't
you
it?
don't even think about it, it just happens. You're right. You know, the small moments that then compound as well.
Well, Brisbane have certainly recovered after that poor start. Can they find an equaliser? Theoharis. Theoharis turning into a bit of a cul-de-sac. Jelicic. That's opening goal, by the way. The 8th set-piece goal that Brisbane have conceded this season. It's more than any other A-League team. Van der Sar. Ability. Shaw. O'Shea. Sure, with time to turn. Someone through for Waddingham. Then back strongly, but fairly by Jelicic. Berenguer. Harry van der Sark where he'd like him to go. Shaw. O'Shea. Passing lane wasn't quite open for Tommy Waddingham. Nice and patient from Brisbane. Harrington. Van der Sark. In the air by Kaltak. Recycled through Jelicic. This is Van der Sark. Jelicic again. Good strong clearing header by Kaltak. Ollie Quall back there helping his defence out. Mikhail Docker, risky run across his own penalty area, but it's paid off for the Mariners. Just too far in front of Will Wilson.
4 runs, slow. Tommy, 4 runs. 2 down, 2 down.
Caltac again. With the clearance for the Mariners. Brisbane continue to plug away. In the hope that something will go their way. They can provide some service perhaps for Tommy Waddingham. Not like that, they won't. Oh, almost a slip from Dylan Parage-Cullen. Those long legs got him out of trouble.
It's a couple of hairy moments out the back. El Docker went on a little run.
That's a lovely ball in behind. Here's a chance for Brisbane. It's Keegan Jelicic. And the Mariners got bodies in the way. Eventually it comes off Kaltak and goes behind for a corner. But it was a lovely threaded ball in behind.
Here's a look at the original touch from Parage-Cullen. And Keegan Jelicic moves that ball after a sublime little pass in behind. And it's a mixture of Parage-Cullen and Brian Kaltak deals with it in the end.
Brisbane's first corner of the game. Jelicic in towards the near post where Alu Quall was stationed. Jelicic again. O'Shea. Van der Sark. Halloran. Going to take on Nathan Paul. And then robs Thea Harris of possession. And earns Brisbane another corner. Good spell for the Roar.
Well, that's good sustained pressure, isn't it? Pressing the Mariners when they're trying to play out as well. Causing them to rush a little.
Among those Brisbane players, Henry Hoare at the back on the right. Returns to the club after a loan spell in Korea. He's been training and apparently champing at the bit for the last 2 or 3 weeks. He'll be available in mid-January once the window officially opens. Here's Jelicic's corner. Harrington not able to reach it. Retrieved by Burke Gilroy. Still plenty forward here for Raw. Appeals for hands against Will Wilson, mainly from the crowd, it must be said. Fighting challenge from Thea Harris, not once but twice. And let's go down and say good evening to Josh McLean, who's pitch side for us. Josh.
Good evening, gentlemen. You've mentioned Mikel Docker a few times. What you may not know, he's from a city called Fort Hazela, and we know that he's pledged his allegiance to the Socceroos recently. And he also was recently quoted as saying it's a little bit like Brisbane in Fort Hazela, always quiet and not very cold. So that may not make Socceroos fans happy to hear it, certainly not in this part of the world. Speaking of the weather, about 23 degrees down here, pitch side, nice and comfortable. So he should be comfortable out there tonight too.
Thanks, Josh. Mark Jackson's looking at the watch already. Still 15 to go in the first half, Mark. Edging forward. Paul. Those possession stats have completely turned around from the opening 10 minutes. Brisbane now well on top. As yet, without reward. Winless run this season. Have only been kept scoreless twice. Both in the first 3 rounds by Auckland on the opening weekend and then away to Melbourne victory. They've got a chance here perhaps, but always look to be favouring Courage Cullen.
It's quite zippy, the surface, isn't it? Those threaded passes, they need to be inch perfect. Zip away and give the goalkeeper the edge.
Last 5, including, of course, that crazy 4-all draw against MacArthur. Only 2 points they've been able to garner so far this season. Another being away to the Wanderers. Thea Harris didn't have enough of a trick to get away from Walid Shaw. Back by Docker. Steele. Docker. Forward for Alu Qual. Not seeing an awful lot of the ball at the point of the Mariners' attack. Van der Sar. He and Thea Harris again. The running battle.
Been a good contest down this near touchline between those two. Van der Sar set the tone early with the coat hanger.
McCalmont. Sainsbury. Those numbers that we mentioned early, now in favour of the home team. All is apart from the one that really matters. Docker riding the challenge of Halloran. A risky ball from Docker, and they could be made to pay. Waddingham, normally the sort of chance that he gobbles up, but Brian Kaltak managed to get in the way.
Well, it was all from the poor decision for Mikel Docker to try and play a ball through the middle. Waddingham, he's always a threat. When the Brisbane player is in midfield facing forward, he's going to peel off the defender's shoulder, make those forward runs.
Dylan Courage Cullen, grateful for the presence of Brian Kaltak. Not the first block he's made so far this evening. I'm sure it might not be the last. Brisbane have got two players here. And skips away from Theoharis and from Doka. Drop of the shoulder from Jelicic. Waddingham stings the gloves of Pariah Cullen, who's now got to come and claim, and does so safely enough.
Well, they're creating little half chances, aren't they, Brisbane Roar? Waddingham again gets out onto his left foot this time, and another strike away. They're just finding these little half spaces inside the Mariners' penalty area.
O'Shea. Worked wide by Berenguer. Burke Gilroy. O'Shea. Shaw. Harrington. Ability. Mariners well set in their defensive shape. Van der Sar. I think I could hear one or two groans from the stands there as they had to turn back out again, Brisbane.
Well, you can hear the Brisbane bench urging their players to get at players, play forward, make forward runs.
It's a lovely threaded ball through for Burke Gilroy. Jelicic. O'Shea. Halloran. It's all Brisbane in terms of possession. Starting to fashion one or two chances. Here's Ben Halloran. Again, it's Kaltak who sweeps the ball upfield. Sure, you'd say the Mariners exactly hanging on at the moment, but they're certainly having to work hard to protect that lead.
Yeah, they are. Brisbane moving the ball around well, and getting little pockets of space around the edge of the box as well, and finding those little slide passes into the box. You just feel if the Mariners keep allowing them to have these half chances, one of them is going to make them pay.
Sainsbury told to get on with it. Let's go back down quickly to Josh McLean again. Josh.
Yeah, you mentioned the crowd's frustrations. Well, there's only one man more frustrated at the moment, and that is Ruben Zankovic. Certainly in the early stages of this match, not pleased with the speed of which his team and his players are getting into position. So that has been a bit of a sore point down here at ground level.
Thanks, Josh. Here's Berenguer. Raised by Sainsbury. Waddingham in the box where he does his best work. And he ever has one thing on his mind, doesn't he, Tommy Waddingham?
Well, again, you see just little spaces, little half chances just around that 14, 15 yard mark.
I'm sure those scouts are watching on in the stands. Docker embarked upon potentially another risky run. Got away with it this time because of the push from Ben Halloran.
Well, after their last game, Mark Jackson said he's one of the best defenders in the league. The Mariners most productive going forward as well with his assists, his creativity. Sometimes it does give a little scare, I'd say, to Mark Jackson when he goes on those little dribbles in his back third. Such a...
Luke Quall went down on a heap after coming together with Hossein Bility, and didn't escape the attention of Adam Kersey. Who's been summoned for a word. It's no more than that. 5 minutes to go before the break. Well inshore, own goal after 10 minutes, the difference. Brisbane win the ball at the pitch. They had to go quickly, but not able to do so effectively. Trent Sainsbury in the way. Here's McCalmont. Docker. Nice little flick to set Will Wilson away. Ability across. Mariners throw. We've seen Ability back in the team because of Ben Warland's unfortunate injury, which will rule him out of the rest of the season. We send him our best wishes for his recovery. After a very bright opening 10 minutes, Mariners have really gone into their shell, haven't they?
Well, they have, yeah. They've sat deep. And that's partly because Brisbane have started to knock the ball around well. Although we've heard that Ruben Zakovic isn't happy with the speed at their movement and the movement of the ball, they're doing enough to pen the Mariners in.
Chris Coyne with a fair bit to say, the Brisbane Roar number 2.
It's unlike Coyne.
I thought you might say that. Didn't take any prisoners, did he? As a player,
Not
Chris
at all.
Coyne?
Not at all.
Docker. Intelligent ball from the Brazilian. A little nudge. Well insured, that's going to be a card. But for somebody on the bench, I think that's for Chris Coyne, yeah.
Well, I think Chris Coyne about there said to the referee, that's not a foul, before it happened. Maybe you're not in that language.
Via Harris. A rare bit of room to turn and accelerate. The option wide right is Rue. Here's Will Wilson. Well, they constructed that quite nicely, the Mariners. Their best move in an attacking sense for some time.
He found himself in space, did any time to measure the strike. Didn't quite get the radar right. I haven't seen the Mariners down this end too often. Last 15 to 20 minutes.
McCalmont. Rue looking for Qual. Swept away for now by Van der Sar. Brisbane able to deal with the first phase of the press. Van der Sar. Jelicic, clever, and is being held back. Nathan Paul.
It's good quick feet from Keegan Jelicic. Positive as well. Could have easily just bounced the ball backwards, but face forward.
Been pretty close to a yellow there.
Yeah, I was thinking the same, to be honest.
Home fans finding their voice. Their team has been pretty good since falling behind. And they find some reward before half-time. Jelicic's free kick. Mariners deal with that. And McCalmont being pursued illegally by Lucas Harrington.
Well, big raps on Lucas Harrington at the start of the season from Ruben Zakovic.
1 minute to be added, as indicated by Ali Reza Fagani, the fourth official. Zankovic said he's got the highest ceiling of any young defender in Australia, Lucas Harrington. High praise. Sometimes those words can become a bit of a millstone if you're not careful, can't they? But you can understand if a coach believes he's got a real talent on his hands.
He's also very tall. Maybe he just meant ceilings in his house.
Ball now, James! James!
First half about to draw to a close. Maybe one last attack for the Mariners if they've got ambition to do so, but that is half-time at Suncorp. And since falling behind, thanks to that Walid-Shaw lane goal from Mikael Docker's free kick, it has been all Brisbane. They've dominated possession and territory. They've tested Dylan Parayich column once or twice. So far, have drawn only a blank. Big 45 minutes coming up for both these teams. But at half-time at Suncorp, it's Brisbane Roar 0, Central Coast Mariners 1.
Teague delivers. Oh, Beach has missed it. The opportunity, it's in the back of the net. Roderick Miranda slams the ball home with Graham. Graham still going on, straight through Delianov. And Western Sydney have come from 2 goals down. They lead 3-2.
Welcome back to Suncorp Stadium. Second half about to get underway. Double change made by Ruben Zakovic at the break. Walid Shaw, whose own goal divides the teams after 45 minutes, replaced by Jacob Brissett, the former Sydney FC youngster. And also Harry van der Sar has been taken off to be replaced by Corey Brown. We assume that means Anthony Burke-Gilroy will shift across to right fullback. There is Corey Brown, who's missed the last 3 games, still coming back from a long-term injury. Good to go for this second half. The Mariners ahead at half-time for the first time this season, would you believe, defending this 1-0 lead with 45 to go. Daniel McBreen.
Well, they've also managed that without having a shot on target, so yeah, it's impressive.
As for Brisbane, 284 minutes or 4 hours 44 minutes now since they last troubled the scorers. That was Tommy Waddingham's second goal in the 2-2 draw against the Wanderers. And they got a few boos off at half-time, Macca, but generally their play was pretty good after falling behind.
Yeah, look, I think maybe it's just the situation where they are in the league rather than tonight's first half performance that brought the boos, because after the first 10 minutes, they knocked the ball around well. They got half chances. They just need to be a little bit more ruthless in that front third, a little bit sharper. They certainly have the quality to do so.
Corey Brown getting tangled up in midfield, but sorted out by Jay O'Shea. First sighting of Jacob Brissett off the bench, into the penalty area he goes, and then into a white-collared brick wall known as the Mariners' defence. But Brisbane have come out with a point to prove, attacking the dead end of the ground second half. Brissett lively already off the bench with a decent ball to the box, and again Caltech there. Good early pressure in the second half by the Roar.
Well, he's brought energy every time he's been injected into a game, hasn't he, young Brissett? You just see off the ball, Alu Quoll and Jay O'Shea getting tangled up. Good energetic start to the second half from Brisbane.
Harrison Steele, his defensive partner there, got in a bit of a mess. Fortunately for them, cross from Jelicic drops onto the roof of the goal. And I'm sure Mark Jackson will have expected this at the outset of the second half. The team played at home, who had most of the play in the first half, attacking the most vocal end of the ground. So I hope that his team can stand firm defensively. They certainly don't have the worst defensive record in the league, the Mariners. Conceded 16 goals in 10 games prior to today's clash.
There was two of those games where they conceded 4, where it's been off the rails.
Brisbane have conceded cheap possession here. Shot from Will Wilson, though, was well off target.
Probably a little optimistic there as well. Nice for him to maybe keep possession there. A fast start from Brisbane.
There's no doubt that Brisbane have got the players to be able to hurt A-League defences, and they've got the ball back out the park here, but only briefly. Waddingham dispossessed. Sainsbury trying to settle things down. Caltech. Leo Harris. Fouled by Bert Gilroy. Just lets the Mariners off the hook a bit, doesn't it?
Well, he's very good at that, Christian Theoharis. Aware of where the defender is, just gets his body in between, feels contact, and as you say, just eases a little bit of pressure, calms the nerves a little.
Here's again. O'Shea. The foul on Christian Theoharis. Harrison Steele coming to defend his teammate, quickly fobbed off by the Irishman. Naughty one, that, from Jay O'Shea.
See why Harry Steele wanted to have a quiet word.
Brisbane's 11th foul of the contest. Ability. Corey Brown. Harrington. That's a back off Bert Gilroy. By Berenguer, but not the surest, was more secure. Forward to Jelicic. Broken up by the Mariners. McCalmont moves it quickly on to Wilson. Oh, that's a risky ball from Will Wilson. It's a bit of a stern look from Storm Root.
Well, I think he'll probably be starting to fatigue a little. It's been a long time since he's had some considerable minutes.
He got more assuredly with Rue this time, Wilson. Again, rather casually given away, though. desperate to get this monkey off their back in terms of results. The only team left in the competition yet to win. Coming up next at Suncorp is Newcastle. It's one of those fixtures where the away team seems to always win. Corey Brown not going to get there ahead of Trent Sainsbury. Infielder goes by Root, controlled by Alu Kuol. He's all wrapped up, illegally so, by Keegan Jelicic. And that's going to be a yellow card.
You see there, both arms just pulling back, holding the shirt from Keegan Jelicic. As the reins come down.
Might be a blessed relief for the players, given it was 70% humidity at the start of play. It's a crucial period of the game, you fancy. It's 15 minutes after half-time. Mariners trying to hold firm. Brisbane trying to build their case. This is Alfie McCalmont. Steele. Through Paul and Caltack again. Sainsbury managed to find the gap there for Christian Theoharis. He's managed to regain his feet, but not the ball. Christian Theoharis thought he might have been fouled there. What kind of case? The substitutes being prepared by the Mariners. Vito Feijão and Bailey Brantman. Here's Florent Berenguer for Brisbane. Gilroy threads the needle. Jelicic, Brissett trying to find the angle. Not a bad try, Jacob Brissett. That's what he brings.
Yeah. Some energy, he loves the cut inside on that right foot. Just look at that post opening up. See there, has a little look. He has one thing on his mind.
Well, here's that double change for the Mariners, and we can go down to Josh McLean again. Josh.
Yeah, guys, it just goes to show the volatility of weather in Queensland at this time of year. There was really no forecast of showers pre-match. We had 2 just before kickoff, and of course 1 now, so you just never know when the heavens are going to open in this part of the world.
Beautiful one day, rainy the next. Christian Theoharis taking the applause from the Mariners' travelling fans. Jackson's team having to dig in to try and protect this lead. Given away and Steele, that doesn't help. Caltack sees it away for now. And Alu Kuol dragging back Berenguer. Free kick Brisbane. Ability. Brantman looking to apply pressure. Jay O'Shea, very good close control, and the jersey held by Harrison Steele. He's asking Adam Kersey whether that should be a yellow card.
It should be.
Here's Keegan Jelicic, Tommy Waddingham. What a save, Paraich Cullen, to protect the Mariners' lead. Made himself big and strong. That is a crucial block.
Well, when you need your goalkeeper to stand up be strong and big and brave. Dylan Parade-Cullen, take a bow. Look at him, out like a flash to close down the angle. Big and strong, spreads his arms and pops it on the chest. And that was a great opportunity for Brisbane Roar to draw level.
The Den on their feet. They sense the moment is perhaps coming. Here's the corner. Kaltak sees that one away. O'Shea, still plenty forward for Brisbane. Off the head of Sainsbury. Straight to Jelicic. Trying to find the angle for the cross. Has Halloran behind him. Top of the box is O'Shea. They nearly threaded the ball through. Brissett. O'Shea. They're working the angles nicely here. And Keegan Jelicic grabbing hold of the ball because it's gone flat.
Popped it.
Equipment malfunction.
Just not what Brisbane needed either. They were really moving the ball around well. The Den was getting involved, the crowd was getting active. It just felt like there was a real wave starting to happen for Brisbane.
Is this going to be a contested drop ball? We don't see too many of these days. Or not. Well, it's been given, I think, as a free drop because maybe Keegan Jelicic handled the ball.
Well, I think he was saying that it dropped to a Mariners player because they stopped. Well, we move on. Well, there's the air been sucked out of the ball, but has it taken out of the crowd as well?
Turn by Brantman.
We've talked about Brisbane Roar needing to be a little bit more dynamic, a little bit, take a few more risks in that front third. And they've shown some energy in this second half, but the Mariners really haven't shown anything going forward, have they? They haven't shown really any desire. So they're happy to sit on this lead.
Told the ruling on the drop ball is because when play stops, the ball bounced inside the penalty area, so possession automatically goes back to the goalkeeper. There we go.
Lesson today. That's the thing I learned for this week. Got a lot to learn though.
Shea was impeded by Fejau. Brisbane have just got to keep pushing. Hope that something goes their way. Berenguer got a bad bobble there. And then commits the foul and curses his luck, the Frenchman. Sacre bleu.
Yeah, it was a terrible bobble. He bounced up around his knee as he tried to just bounce it around the corner.
Just gives that moment's breathing space for the Mariners. Brantman is looking for the out ball to the left, but that passage was firmly closed by the Brisbane defence, so they work it out to Roux on the right. Sainsbury, nowhere to go, but all the way back to the goalkeeper. They're still a long way from home, the Mariners. That ball's gone all the way through the Storm route. Second goal would make it much more secure. Brantman parried by Macklin-Freak, but good enough with nobody following in for the Mariners.
Well, that was a good opening for the Mariners. It was well left by Brantman, allowed Roux to get away and He just has a little assessment of the situation and sees Brantman coming, looks to guide it into that far corner, but didn't quite get it as he would have liked. Simple in the end for McFree.
Feijão. Docker. Steele. Feijão and Steele continued the run. Brisbane didn't go with him. Fired across, and the rebound might favour Storm Roux, but just couldn't quite bring the ball under his control. And all of a sudden, it's the Mariners pushing for a second goal. Nathan Paul. Docker. McCalmont. Paul. Standing in behind. Was Vitor Feijão, but his control let him down at the crucial moment. Sent forwards by Burke Gilroy. Well defended by Docker. Forward by Paul. Control by Feijão. Brisbane raw throw. O'Shea. Brissett. Real spark off the bench. Nice threaded ball through. Corey Brown's cross was low and hard. And Berenguer just couldn't quite adjust the feet quickly enough.
That may just be his last involvement. Again, it's Brissett down this left-hand side. Nice ball inside as well. Corey Brown just whips it across the 6 yard, and Berenguer will be disappointed he didn't get a better contact.
Instincts were correct, Macca from Zimmerino to replace Florent Berenguer. Another attacking weapon off the bench for Ruben Zankovic. A double change as well coming for Central Coast Mariners, and we're going to see Diesel Harrington to come onto the pitch to join his brother Lucas for the first time at senior level. He's going to replace Trent Sainsbury. We're also going to see the return, the first time since November, and we've caught sight of Ryan Edmondson, who replaces Alu Kuol. Proud moments for the Harrington family.
With some bragging rights to talk about tonight for the game, either way.
Side of sibling rivalry. 55 minutes have now passed since own goal by Walid Shaw. Oh, Dylan Price, Colin got in an awful mess. And then again was cool, calm and composed to get out of it. But goodness me. Mark Jackson must have been having a heart attack on the sideline. Could it lead to a chance at the other end for the Mariners? Roux. Alfie McCalmont. And that must have dipped and swerved a little bit. Freak seemed to be going the wrong way for a moment, but made the block. McCalmont again, intelligent ball. Held up was Brayley Brantman. And Brisbane survive. And then there's a push by Docker, or rather Steele, I should say.
You said cool, calm and collected. I'm not too sure who. I think the heart was in the mouth. And he's lost his footing there. And I think Brian Kaltak was saying, just play that ball a little bit away from me for a second, and found the ball at his feet. Had to deal with it. They got out of it, but...
Well, we know these days that goalkeepers have to be as good with their feet as they are with their hands. And he did well, didn't he, in the end?
Well, in the end. He has looked a little nervy. That's the second one today. I'm sure the Mariners coaching staff have had a little flutter.
Bert Gilroy, touched by Zimmerino. O'Shea goes down quickly by McCalmont. Northern Ireland against the Republic of Ireland there in midfield. Oh, Hossein Billity showing that defenders can play. Oh dear. And then he flew into the challenge on Brian Kaltak, and now it's a bit of a free-for-all. And Billity, perhaps wisely, is quickly away from the scene of the crime. I don't think it's going to save him from a yellow card. The initial play was really nice. Then that wasn't.
I think it's a yellow card. He actually, at the end, he studs it down. I think he half pulled out of it as well. It was more the case of Brian Kaltak jumping out of the way. There might have been some contact, but I don't think there's any more warranted than a yellow.
And then there was an almighty game of push and shove.
All the handbags came out, swinging them at each other.
Hossein Billity into the book. And a yellow card shown to Alfie McCalmont as well for his part in the melee that followed. Mariners just taking the chance to have a bit of a breather here, which I'm sure they won't mind given the way that the game has gone. And the humid conditions, of course. Good to see Brian Kaltak back up on his feet. With 20 and a bit minutes to go, Ruben Zankovic still has the same old problem. Where is that first win going to come from? And I think they've played worse this season than tonight.
Oh,
but the goals just haven't come.
Yeah, definitely, Simon. And they had that one really good opportunity in this second half that H. Cullen came out and snuffed.
You can hear the frustration from the home fans. Adam Zimmerino penalised for getting too tight on Harrison Steele. Here's Bratman. Stormroot. McCalmont. Good switch. Docker. Steele. Kaltak. He's trying to reward that run. Stormroot has now got to turn and chase back. The ball forward for Halloran, only wanting him in the box at the moment. Now the runners arriving. Left for Zimmerino. Appeals for handball against Corey Brown, not heeded. It's a tempting ball in! And volleyed into the back of the net by Ben Halloran, who has his first Brisbane Roar goal in almost 12 years. And finally, Brisbane Roar restore parity but there was a question of handball perhaps against Corey Brown in the build-up.
Well, the VAR will check that obviously, but on the Harvey Norman replay, it was good play. That's where they'll be looking. I'm not sure it is. It's a wonderful ball into that back post area from Corey Brown. Here's another look. Oof, they'll have to have a look on from the other angle, but look at that for a ball. It's inviting. It's saying, get on the end of it. And Ben Haller and Julia Plyges drifts unmarked into the back post, and that's a quality finish, giving Courage Cullen no chance. And it's no more than Brisbane deserved for the way they've played.
Well, his last goal for Brisbane came in 2013 in his first spell with the club against Adelaide United. And it was worth the wait. As he's trying to get the arm away. Yeah. VAR will be checking all those pictures. The on-field decision was goal. Adam Kersey was comfortable enough that Corey Brown to arm was by his side. But will VAR agree?
Well, I'm not too sure. That last replay we saw there seemed to show that the arm was out and stopped the ball. He's given it.
I said okay, and we're all square. And now we've got a Grand Slam finale in prospect. Goal number 33 in total in the competition for Ben Halloran. And the first of his second spell with the Roar. And on the balance of play, you'd probably say they deserved that.
Oh, without a doubt, in my opinion. It was a wonderful ball in from Corey Brown.
Here's Docker, but the Mariners steal in and reclaim the lead again. Offside flag against Storm Road. Let's go down to Josh McLean.
Well, just on that goal, down here at ground level, Ruben Zatkovich was signalling to the crowd he expected that to be a handball. He was asking for the crowd to just calm down and wait for the VAR, pointing to his arm, going, I think it's a handball, guys. So even Ruben was surprised with that one.
Didn't want to celebrate too soon. Sometimes when you're involved in football, for as long as Ruben has been, you have a bit of a gut feel for these things, but it's not always right.
Sometimes you just need these things to go your way as well.
Now could Brisbane go on and win it? Presents. Home fans encouraged. Top of the box is Jelacic. Locked off by Steele. Back with Brissetts. Bratland driven back. Diesel Harrington puts his boot through it. Retrieved by O'Shea. Brisbane have got the bit between their teeth here. O'Shea. Brissetts. Step overs to find the angle for the cross. In the end, it goes all the way out for a throw on the far side of the field. Just for a moment or two, I think Dylan Courage-Cullen was a little bit worried.
Had a little bit of a scramble towards his near post, didn't he? Ben took it away.
Be a Brisbane throw again to keep up the pressure on the Mariners. Just under a quarter of an hour to go. Lucas Harrington. Passing line wasn't really open for Burke Gilroy. ball. Being harried and hassled a little bit too much by Zimmerino.
He just got a handful of the shirt, which allowed the referee to make the decision. But the Mariners are so deep when they do win the ball, there's not really an option forward. That's Brisbane to keep them pressing. You can see there, that's what Kersey has seen.
Caltac need to get rid in a hurry. Brisbane are back on the attack. O'Shea. Gilroy. Halloran. Took a touch off Steele. Mariners can look to get out. Edmondson dragged back. It's going to be a yellow card for Lucas Harrington, and he was hanging on to Ryan Edmondson, who gets booked as well. And we're on again. Ryan Edmondson was not having any of that and was rather too forceful in his attempts to get Lucas Harrington off him.
Well, that was the WWE body slam, wasn't it? Picked him up and slammed into the canvas. You see there's the foul clearly. Harrington probably holds it a little too long, but
he's literally thrown him to the ground, hasn't he? He's a big lad, is Ryan Edmondson. Tommy Waddingham saying to Ryan Edmondson, you pick on someone your own size. Already wearing the scars of battle. Welcome back to the A-League, Ryan.
He's brought some energy. Yeah, I need something, the Mariners, to spark them. And Brisbane, another team that looked more likely. Crowds getting behind them.
So both players booked. And on we go. Brisbane looking the more likely at the moment. Jacob Brissett's had a good impact off the bench. Here he goes again. O'Shea. Gilroy. Halloran. O'Shea. Gilroy. Cross deflecting back off Vitor Feijão. All trying to pick their way through. And the shots from Zimmerino, I think. Straight at Perez's column this time.
Not bad. Good first touch on the swivel. See Halloran just lays it in, and it's a good first touch with the right foot, swivel and shoot with the left.
Brisbane not giving the Mariners a moment's peace.
Right. Full of energy now, aren't they? They can sniff this. There's a win here for them.
Turned back by Brown for O'Shea. Foul. Yellow card for Ben Halloran. List in the notebook is getting fairly lengthy for Adam Kersey. An awful lot of shirt grabbing tonight. Raphael Strike is to come on late on in place of Ben Halloran. Back from the ASEAN Championships, where he's been featuring for Indonesia. A bit disappointing, that tournament. For the Indonesians, failing to get out of the group. Final to be played between Vietnam and Thailand. Here's Mikhail Doka. Storm Root hanging it up and arriving perfectly was Harrison Steele. And just like that, the Mariners retake the lead. Harrison Steele won't score too many headed goals in his career, but that one's a vital one for the Mariners with less than 10 to go.
Well, against the run of play, as easy as you like for the Mariners. On the Harvey Norman replay, Stormaroo gets forward down the right-hand side and just holds it up in the air, right around the penalty spot area, and says, attack it. We saw Corey Brown with a wonderful ball in. Well, that's another peach. And Harrison Steele gratefully just runs onto it and guides it into the corner. And what a sucker punch that is for Brisbane Roar.
Well, in all honesty, it looked as though there was only going to be one winner if we were going to have a winner. And it wasn't the Mariners, but up popped Harry Steele. Just his third goal in the competition. Macklin Freak beaten again and left to wonder when on earth Brisbane Roar's fortunes will change. Because they've been good tonight.
They have. If I'm going to be honest, I think they've been the better team. They just can't seem to find that final product, the finish. You go back to that save from Parage Cullen from Waddingham around the 50th minute or so. That was a big moment. They haven't had too many opportunities, the Mariners.
Well, Brisbane not giving up the ghost just yet, and there's some space here for Keegan Jelicic. Three waiting for the cutback. Waddingham had one bite at it. Back across the face, but Gilroy tees it up. They're queuing up here, Zimmerino. And Rue sees it out for now. All hands on deck for the Mariners. Straps cross. O'Shea deflected. It's like pinball in there. Brissett trying to find the angle. Surely for Brisbane. Parage Cullen made some miraculous save. Goodness me, it's like pinball in there. O'Shea, can he find the angle? It spins up in the air. Away by Kaltak, and Edmondson leathers it upfield. Goodness me, what a scramble.
Well, that's what you call desperate defending. Brisbane bodies everywhere, but white shirts surrounding them at every opportunity. And when the white shirts couldn't get it done, the blue shirt in Parage Cullen does.
O'Shea. Well, the Brisbane fans still very much engaged in this contest. There have been occasions this season when they've not offered too much, but they have tonight. I think sometimes, as a fan, you're almost prepared to accept defeat if you see intent. Brissett showing that. Kaltak in the right position again. Edmondson to try and release Fejau on the left. Can't do so. One back by Billity. Zimmerino short for Brissett. Still plenty of time. Maybe the Mariners just trying to slow the game down. Player went down injured, quickly back up again. Waddingham was offside. Alfie McCalmont slumps down to the turf. And maybe the Mariners just need a breather.
Here's another look.
I think he's been playing on there.
Yeah.
By Michael Docker.
Is it Docker or Stormaroo even on the near side? Yeah.
Late change for the Raw. Louis Zabala to replace Anthony Burke-Gilroy. And at the end of all that, the Mariners can breathe again. Jacob Brissett has given them a different dimension. There's no doubt about that. Parage Cullen's going to join the ever-growing list of names in the notebook for time wasting. And we're going to see an A-League debut here for 17-year-old Arthur De Lima, at the expense perhaps of the tiring Storm Roux, but he claims a vital assist for the goal that is at the moment Macca the match winner.
We didn't have too many forays forward apart from the first 10 minutes and that one opportunity, and they've made Brisbane pay.
Early debut for Arthur De Lima. He was a former junior at Brisbane Roar before signing for the Mariners. Paramount Plus player index. So he's had one or two hair and scare moments still in Parade's column, but he's pulled off a couple of big saves as well.
This was, again, positive play from Brissett. First instinct is to face forward and run at his defender. And this is a dangerous area.
Well, the Den are going to try and suck this ball into the back of the net. Mariners on red alerts. Corey Brown. Oh, it's got to be a better delivery than that.
He was delivered a peach earlier for the goal, but that was nowhere near the standard. Disappointing.
We're told that we're looking at as many as 6 additional minutes at the end of the 90. So still the best part of 10 minutes for Brisbane to try and turn this around. Jelitic trying to go through a whole crowd of players. Kaltak hoofs it upfield and says, get on the end of that, Ryan Edmondson. And he might just do so. And he's going to get the free kick here. And it's going to be a yellow card for Hossein Billity, which is his second of the game. And he's off. Booked earlier for a challenge on Brian Kaltak. And 2 yellows equal reds. Ruben Zakovic can scarcely believe it.
Well, the problem there was that he let the ball bounce. And this is his first one. It started the melee earlier. And then this is the one now. See, it's just the hand over the shoulder. I'm not too sure if that's worthy of a yellow for mine. I think he's a little unlucky there.
It's a little harsh, isn't it? A little harsh. It gives Brisbane now a big problem at centre-back with Ben Walden, of course, out for the season. Hossein Billity will now miss the trip to Sydney. And of more immediate concern is this free kick as we move into the last minute of the regulation 90. It's been a full-blooded second half.
Well, I was going to say that the extra 7 minutes or so may be telling for Brisbane with the extra couple of days rest and the Mariners with the shorter turnaround, but that red card may have just swayed it a little.
There's a bit going on at the back post here between Corey Brown and Arthur De Lima, which Adam Kersey's got to keep his eye on. Corey Brown saying, get your arm out of my face. Mariners in no particular hurry, being given the hurry along by the Brisbane crowd. Now the delivery. And behind it goes off the head of Lucas Harrington. And we're into the first of those 6 additional minutes. Let's see how much ambition the Mariners have to go for a 3rd goal here. Or do they try and play a bit of keep ball in the corner? No, apparently not. It's going to be a Mariners throw. And while you'd say, Macca, that the second half hasn't been of the highest quality, it's certainly been good entertainment. It's been full-blooded. Both teams have had a go. As Macklin-Freet beats one away. And Brisbane look to charge upfield. If it stays this way, the Mariners will go up to 8th on the ladder. Brisbane would remain winless at the bottom. Maybe some more drama to come in this one yet. It's going to be a corner for Brisbane. Yeah. 2-1 down in injury time. Where's Eric Partley when you need him? He's about to call a game for us, I think.
He is. Just down the road.
Perth and Western United to come. On the back of this game, here's O'Shea on the volley. Off target. And the Mariners now have 2 players down, which won't please the home crowd, but given what Brisbane did to the Wanderers a few weeks back, not really sure they've got too many grounds for complaints. Is it to be 7 consecutive home defeats for Brisbane? There's that record. The asterisk because the game against MacArthur was played at Ballymore.
You can see the head clash there. Ryan Caltake, Harrison Steele, I think it was.
Caltake has certainly played a crucial part for the Mariners. Made plenty of crucial interventions, blocks at the right time.
Well, I'd like to see the number of blocks he's made tonight, because it seems that every time it wasn't Parade's Colin stopping, it was him. His positional sense is at the highest level.
The rain comes down again, heavier at Suncorp. By the way, I said Brisbane's next encounter is away to Sydney. That's actually the Mariners' next game. Brisbane, of course, home to Newcastle, as I mentioned earlier, next. Here's Tommy Waddingham. Held up again by Caltake. That's a foul by Brown. Frustration.
Yeah, didn't need to, did he? He's never going to get the ball there.
Well, again, Mariners taking their time. And the yellow cards issued to Diesel Harrington. Joins his brother in the notebook. Brisbane are almost out of time. This ball's got to go forward and quickly, but stolen by Nathan Paul. Fei Zhao. Could they seal it here? It's Arthur De Lima, and he tries to find the gap, and it's crept in via a very heavy deflection, and the former Brisbane Roar junior, look what it means. His first senior goal on debut, and the Mariners are going to go home with all 3 points tonight.
Well, look what it means to the young man. Whether that's family and friends down there or just the fans. He's loving every minute of it. And it was like slow motion, wasn't it, on the Harvey Norman replay as the ball comes from left to right. When he cuts inside, gets the shot away. It's off Harrington, I believe. And it was in slow motion as it just bounced into that top corner. And he doesn't care. He's sealed all 3 points.
What a moment for the 17-year-old. Bit of help off the post as well. And in the rain, there might be the tears of Brisbane Roar supporters, because surely the Roar are sunk And I'm not sure the scoreline tells the full story of the game, but the Mariners won't care.
Well, they won't. It's your old school snatch and grab, isn't it? They came in with the balaclavas on, the striped vests and their swag, and they've taken the 3 points out the back door. Hasn't been the most convincing performance, but they've got the job done.
And surely it's too late for Brisbane now. Zavala leaving it for Strauch. Ball's got to go in the penalty area pretty quickly. Zavala does manage to find the cross. Volleyed away by Diesel Harrington, who's going to win the battle of the brothers. O'Shea. Waddingham trying to roll his defender, Brian Kaltak, but not an easy thing to do. Came off Pratt's column last. It's going to be a Brisbane Roar corner. Went into the 8th minute of injury time. Perth and Western United to follow this game. And the full-time whistle goes. It's the Mariners' night. They win for the 4th consecutive occasion at Suncorp and consign Brisbane Roar to what is a record-equaling 7th home defeat on the spin. They join the New Zealand Knights in the record books in that regard. It's also a new Brisbane Roar club record of 13 matches without success. And it was one of their own who sealed the deal. The former Brisbane Roar junior, Arthur De Lima, off the bench for his A-League debut and onto the score sheet after Harrison Steele had given the Mariners the advantage at 2-1 again. Ben Halloran had given Brisbane hope after a Walid Shaw own goal in the first half. Brisbane Roar puffed and puffed. You certainly can't fault their effort tonight, but once again they end up on. The Mariners move up to 8th, full time at Suncorp. Brisbane Roar 1, Central Coast Mariners 3. And we can join Josh McLean for some reaction. Josh.
Well, how about that for a debut? Arthur De Lima off the bench and the winner. Well, the last goal at least. How does that feel?
Feels amazing. I couldn't ask for anything better to do it at this club. You know, they've given me opportunity and I just want to say I'm really grateful.
Now, you are a former Roar junior, is that correct?
Yeah.
How does it feel to score against your old club?
You know, it feels good, but, you know, we're more focused about the team. Pushing forward, you know, that's all that's important.
This must give you confidence, though, that you do belong at this level. Yeah,
100%, you know. I want to give all glory to God. You know, he gives me strength. So, yeah.
Who did you celebrate with over there?
My parents, they're from Brisbane, and all my family friends came down to support, and that just felt amazing.
How good. Go and enjoy the win.
Thank you very much.
Also joining me, Thomas Waddingham. Tommy, not the result you're hoping for tonight?
No, players fought hard, but again, not the result again.
You had a lot of golden opportunities there going forward, just couldn't put the ball in the back of the net when it really counted.
Yeah, heaps of chances, especially myself. Got to be more clinical then in other games as well, but especially this game. And yeah, not clinical.
Where do you go from here as a club?
Keep working hard. Keep putting our head down, working hard, and that's all you can do, really.
To this point of the season, still with no wins, how do you keep the confidence up?
It's tough, but we have a real togetherness as a group, and that's it. That's what we're focusing on, working hard, keeping together, and that's all we can do.
All right, thanks for your time.
Thank you.
All right, back to you guys.